Hello and welcome. Today we're going to go on another adventure and take a dive down 20,000 leagues under the sea. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea was released in 1954, 1 year after The Sword and the Rose was released. And to be honest, I put this movie on my list because I knew how important it was in the Disney catalog. And I wasn't that sure that I would like it. For whatever reason, it just didn't seem like a good movie to me. It didn't seem like something that I would be interested in. And I like dreaded watching it. Like I knew I wanted to watch it, but for some reason I'm like, it doesn't seem that great. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I was so impressed with how great this film was, especially with my low expectations of it. And the fact that there was 1 year difference between that one that I'm just like, I mean, it's filmed well, but there's nothing happening that I like, to this being like, I'm caught, I'm hooked. Literally in the first couple seconds I'm drawn in, and it was a fantastic story. So it goes along with, you can't judge a book by its cover, you can't, same thing with movies, and they surprise you. What sometimes when trailers don't look the greatest or the ideas don't seem that great, I thought it was gonna be like a boring sea film, and it's actually a really fantastic adventure film. So it proves me wrong, and this is also why I keep forcing that I want to keep doing these, because you really don't know, a lot of these films that you go into, you really don't know if you're gonna like them or not until you get to sit through and see the full effect of it. So I'm probably gonna continue to say this further into these films, but this is one that really shocked me. So yeah, fantastic film off from the start. It is an adventure film. It is about the Nautilus and Captain Nemo, so it is based on the books by Jules Verne back in the 19th century, and it is basically what they say to be one of the first of the steampunk creations, which is very interesting.
Wow, bummer, dude. You have a time machine and somehow got programmed to this crap diner?
I must admit, I am quite taken with steampunk.
Oh, steampunk. Right, I remember that trend. It happened for like 10 seconds back in 2000 and are you kidding me? Dude, seriously, you were sitting in a public place tapping on an oldie typewriter? What are you, in the League of Extraordinarily Pretentious Gentlemen?
This film stars Kirk Douglas, who is the harpooner Ned Land, and James Mason, who is Captain Nemo. So Captain Nemo I am a little bit familiar with, and I am familiar with the story a little bit because of the fact that Captain Nemo was used in another one of my favorite films, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. We're going to be watching that later on too, because it's 20th Century Fox, but it counts. I'm counting it. And he's in that, so I am a little familiar with the Nautilus, so it was nice to be able to see that and compare, and I'm sure when I actually rediscover it again, and we'll talk about that later on, I will be comparing this film to that, so we'll hold off for now and we'll compare it then. The story is very simple. It's this submarine. No one has seen a submarine before because it takes place in the year 1868. And they think it's a big sea monster, and the submarine is just going and destructing warships and taking everything down and destroying it. So it's up to the professor's job and Ned's job to go along on a crew to go hunting for this sea monster, but of course they find it's not a sea monster, it's a submarine, and it is Captain Nemo's baby. They join together, they end up jumping onto the submarine and going along with Captain Nemo's adventures. He's not really a good guy nor a bad guy. It's his own little bubble because he's under the water. He's like, I don't have to deal with society. I can do whatever I want. I can sustain over here. So in a sense, he was like a hippie back then in the 19th century.
Here's some joints and your guitar.
What's going on in this world of mine? There's a whole lot of killing in this world of mine. Somebody's gotta help this world of mine.
They spend a couple weeks on the submarine, and they soon learn that they don't like what Captain Nemo's plans are, and there has to be a balance of the system. So there's a lot of personal drama in between what's good and what's bad, as well as surviving off of the sea, and how they go hunting is very interesting. I felt terrible for these turtles. The fish, I understand because people fish all the time and that makes sense in the seaweed, but as soon as you're taking the turtles and you're just wrestling the turtles, I'm like, no, do not touch the turtles. No, do not hurt the poor turtles. I felt terrible. And then later on in the film, Ned is holding a guitar that he made out of a turtle shell. No, that lost so many points on that film. But otherwise, it does a fantastic job. I also really like the seal, Esmeralda. She's adorable, and I love how trained she was. She's like a little sea puppy. It's so cute.
Man Nemo fed his crew on worms and fishes, eels for breakfast, slimy cold on seaweed dishes. When they ate it, they knew it wasn't beef, but eat they did. It's with us smelling like a...
But you save her, but you don't save the turtles? No, that's not right. Save them all. Not a hippie at all. The Nautilus is a very important category to Disney because before Finding Nemo, that was a submarine ride in Disneyland.
The Nautilus can dive safely below the violence of ocean storms. Surface vessels are not so fortunate. Witness the evidence of their fate. The graveyard of lost ships. For ages, these rotting hulls have kept their secret treasures, safeguarded by silent sentinels of the deep.
The Nautilus is still an attraction in Tokyo Disneyland.
船長、潜水艇防御装置が作動しました。このままでは潜水艇が危険です。何かに襲われているに違いない。全速力で通過させるのだ。掴まれているようです。動きません。電圧を上げて撃退しろ。
It was a part of the Magic Kingdom until the 90s, and it was a part of Disneyland. So Disney World, Disneyland, it was part of those parks as well, but Disneyland now has Finding Nemo submarine that replaced the Nautilus ride.
It's not about finding hunters. It's about finding Nemo! Right behind you. I was so worried. What? You guys noticed the arrival here.
And Disney World just took it out totally. So currently where Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is where the submarine ride was.
It's to the mines we go. You can't be grumpy on this ride, 'cause this train rocks from side to side. Let's go.
It's time to rock your Disney side on the all-new Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Hi-ho, it's time to rock.
It rocks. Opening May 28th, only at Walt Disney World.
That was what my connection was. I had some connection to the films because of that, but everything is basically getting replaced now. These are really getting forgotten. So I say this one is really fantastic. It should stick around. We're gonna go and talk about Davy Crockett tomorrow, another almost forgotten hero of Disney, and you can stay tuned. And as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.